my boys, they're starting to get into um, games that I played forever ago.
Mm,
Um, like there's one called Winged Warrior. I don't know if you
huh?
ever it's older.
Yeah.
Have you've heard of it?
No, no, that's a new
Okay.
one on me.
It's it's kind of like a original Legend of Zelda dungeon crawler sort of,
Okay.
but like even cheaper made.
I love it. Love it.
um like everything is turn based with minimal graphics and everything. And so I, as a teenager, I had played Winged Warrior 3 with my cousin. And so a long while back, I had found a website that you could download it for like $5 or $6. And I was like, I'll just hit the nostalgia and I'll try it out. And well, the website that you bought it from, all it does is give you the executable. And so
Okay.
I just copied it over to my kids' computers, and so they've been playing it, and have been my 11-year-old has already beaten it like all the way through, um, and and it's a fun enough little game, but it's there's not a ton of story, but it does make some references to the previous two games that I never
Okay.
played.
Yeah.
It actually kind of reminds me of Commander Keen a little bit.
Oh no, Commander Keen. I played those games religiously.
Yeah, Commander Keen was a lot better, but the overworld of Winged Warrior reminds me of the overworld from Commander Keen.
Yeah.
Um, and so like Winged Warrior, it goes in such a crazy direction. Like you start off on an alien planet, but you're a knight with a sword, and you go around, and then you get some lasers,
As you
and
do. As you
as you
do.
do, and then you end up in another world where it's a fantasy world where you can use magic, but on this fantasy world your lasers don't work, but you have magic now. And then the final boss, you can use all of your abilities, but if you go back to the alien planet your magic doesn't work anymore. And but
Yeah.
as a teenager, my cousin had the demo of it, so he didn't even have the full version originally.
Yeah.
And so we played through, and you get to basically the midpoint where you fight the who's going to be the big boss at the end. And like all the text is, run away, hurry, get away. Like you're not supposed to win. And
Yeah.
we didn't win the first time because we were playing it, taking turns and playing it together ish. It's a one player game. And so we decided, okay, well, if this is as far as we can get, we're just gonna grind until we're max level and we're gonna beat him because that's as far as
Yes.
we can get. And so we we spent hours level grinding at a training center at the very beginning that gives relatively small experience until we were max level. And it the whole time it's run away, run away, run away, and then we beat him and he's like, I'll let you live. And so it was very clear that you weren't supposed to be able to win that.
Yeah.
But yeah, my cousin ended up getting the full version later, and it actually let us continue where the demo was.
Okay.
So we beat the second half with a max level character.
I love it.
But yeah, it was fun.
Funny thing about Commander Keen, we had that. We had several of them. I guess like the first three Commander Keens, and my mom, who I don't think has ever played a video game before or since, was low key addicted to Commander Keen. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but she played the mess out of that game. Like she probably played it as much as I did.
It Commander Keen was good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so basic, like just like the original Duke Nukems, the
Yeah.
side scrolling Duke Nukems. It basic but a lot of fun.
Yeah. I
There goes the chair.
yeah,
Did you hear it?
yeah, I did. Yeah. Thinking back to those old DOS games, my two favorites were Dune 2 which basically created
Okay.
real-time strategy games, which was my favorite. And you can now get that as an app. Like someone ported it into an app on the Android store, and so you can play the original Dune 2 on your phone now. And I've been slowly plunking my way through that. Then the other was, I don't even remember the name of it. What was it? But it was, for it to be a DOS game. I've gone back and played it like many years later. I've found ROMs of it, and but it was like an open world medieval explorer game, like adventuring party RPG set in like surprisingly realistic medieval Germany. And like the overworld map was huge. It had like probably a couple hundred towns on there, and every town you could visit, and it would have different areas you could visit. It was absolutely wild. Darklands, that was the name of it.
Okay.
Darklands. Man, and that game is just begging for someone to remake it. So it was
Oh
ahead. It was
man.
ahead of its time. Ahead of its time.
Random kid popping in chat. I loved that gorilla game with the exploding bananas. Is that I think I know which one he's talking about. It was a DOS game where, if I remember correctly, you set how hard and the angle that they threw the bananas, and they were up on like skyscrapers, and you took turns throwing these exploding bananas trying to blow up the other gorilla.
Okay.
Random kid, is that the one you're talking about? So, well, there's that. Snake. My first computer was a computer that my dad had, like, it had basically stopped working, and he brought it home from work, and he gave it to me, and he was like, I don't even know how to get it running. And so it came up with a command prompt, and if you type, I don't remember if you had to type in something specific, but I typed in start, and it loaded up. But all it had on it was, I think it had that gorilla game, and it had Snake, and so playing it.
Yeah.
But
I had one of those Nokias, the brick Nokias that you could like back over a car with, and it had Snake on it. And I had a buddy who he would borrow that and would like every time he'd just get on there and would blow my score like so far out of the water, and I would get so pissed every time. Give me back my phone.
Dooley's here in chat saying Donkey Kong. Which Donkey Kong, Dooley? Is that the original Donkey Kong with Mario, or what? Which Donkey Kong is that? And Random Kid says that is the one, the gorilla one that we were describing.